So let's go forward on these three, please. Mr. El Haloui, Ms. Rodriguez, Mr. Godinez, if I could just have you all please raise your right hand. Make sure you're not muted. Ms. Rodriguez, there we go. All right, please raise your right hand. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God, Mr. El Haloui?
Yes.
And Ms. Rodriguez?
Yes.
Mr. Godinez?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, everybody put your hands down. Thank you. Mr. El Haloui, please state your full name for the record.
Ronnie El Huli.
And Ms. Rodriguez, state your full name, please.
Vanessa Rodriguez.
And Mr. Godinez, please state your name.
Felipe Garenes.
Godinez. Okay. Mr. El Haloui, can you read, write, and understand the English language?
Yes.
Can you hear and understand me?
Yes.
Ms. Rodriguez, can you read, write, and understand the English language?
Yes.
Can you hear and understand me?
Yes.
Mr. Godinez, can you read, write, and understand the English language?
Yes.
Can you hear and understand me?
Yes.
All right. Mr. El Haloui, have you had a full chance to discuss this with your lawyer? Are you satisfied with his advice?
Yes.
All right. Ms. Rodriguez, have you had a full chance to discuss this now with Ms. McKenzie? Are you satisfied with her advice?
Yes.
And Mr. Godinez, have you had a full chance to speak with Ms. Chupek, and are you satisfied with her advice?
Yes.
And are you good with Mr. Phillips just simply covering this portion of it?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. All right. Mr. Haloui, you're pleading guilty to operating while visibly impaired. That's a misdemeanor charge carrying with it a maximum possible fine of $300 plus costs and up to 93 days in jail, all at this court's discretion. Ms. Rodriguez, you're pleading guilty to operating while visibly impaired and allowing a licensed person to drive. Operating while visibly impaired is a misdemeanor carrying with it a maximum possible fine of $300 plus costs and up to 93 days in jail, all at this court's discretion. The allowing is a max fine of $500 plus costs and up to 93 days in jail, all at this court's discretion. Mr. Godinez, you're pleading guilty to domestic violence. That's a misdemeanor charge carrying with it a maximum possible fine of $500 plus costs and up to 93 days in jail, all at this court's discretion. To all of you, before you enter a plea, you should understand that you have the right to represent yourself or be represented by an attorney. If you cannot afford an attorney and want to be appointed for you at public expense, you have the right to a trial, either by a jury. At that trial, you'd have the right to confront, cross-examine, question all witnesses brought against you. You'd have the right to have the court subpoena witnesses on your behalf. You'd have the right to testify if you wanted to, remain silent if you wanted to, and no one could say anything about you remaining silent. As you appear before this court, you're presumed innocent of these charges, and your guilt has to be proven beyond a reasonable doubt. Mr. El Haloui, do you understand that once you enter a plea, you give up all those rights that I just said that you'd have at a trial?
Yes, Your Honor.
You understand that, Ms. Rodriguez?
Yes.
You understand that, Mr. Godinez?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Mr. El Haloui, do you understand that once you enter a plea, there'll be no trial?
Yes.
You understand that, Ms. Rodriguez?
Yes.
And Mr. Godinez, you understand that?
Yes.
Now, each of you have received some type of plea bargain or plea arrangement. Mr. Haloui, you've got a reduction in charge. Mr. Rodriguez, you've received reduction in charge. Mr. Godinez, you're going to be given the opportunity to participate in 769-4A, the Spouse Abuse Act. You have to complete a probationary period, but you could be in line to potentially keep this charge off of your record. Those are all of the offers, other than what I've just placed on the record. All right. Has there been any other offers or promises or threats that have been made in order to get you to plead? Mr. El Haloui?
No.
Mr. Rodriguez?
No.
Mr. Godinez?
No.
In the end, is it your own choice to enter this plea, Mr. El Haloui?
Yes.
Ms. Rodriguez?
Yes.
Mr. Godinez?
Yes.
Okay, Mr. El Haloui, directing your attention to June 10th of last year, 2023. Were you operating a motor vehicle in the area of 5th and Center Street in the city of Royal Oak?
Yes, Your Honor.
At some point in time, were you stopped by the police?
Yes.
And then did they have you step out of your vehicle and do field sobriety tests?
Yes.
And then were you placed under arrest?
Yes.
Transported back to the Royal Oak Police Department?
Yes, Your Honor.
And eventually, did you participate in a blood draw?
Yes.
All right. And counsel, for purposes of this plea, stipulate that the bodily alcohol content was 0.140.
So stipulated, Your Honor.
All right. Mr. El Haloui, what did you drink to get to that bodily alcohol content? Was it beer, wine, liquor? What was it?
It was a while ago. I don't really remember. It was most likely liquor.
All right, looking back on it now with the benefit of hindsight, would you agree that your ability to operate that vehicle in a normal manner was substantially affected by your consumption of alcohol?
Yes, Your Honor.
Satisfied, counsel?
I'm satisfied, Your Honor.
I too am satisfied the plea is knowing, voluntary, and accurate. I will accept the same. I'm going to order a pre-sentence investigation, alcohol screening and assessment. My staff will set the sentencing date. So counsel and Mr. Al-Haloui, what happens from here? My staff will send out notice, and the notice will have 2 dates on it. One, your interview with probation. That'll be on Zoom. And then they prepare a report. They get that to your attorney. You and your attorney can plan for it, prepare for sentencing. The sentencing will be in person. And I can't give you those dates right now. My staff does that. All right. But Mr. Al-Haloui, you're on top of your bond conditions. And let's continue this as it's been going. Counsel, anything else for the record?
Your Honor, just 2 brief questions. I just want to make sure I'm in there as the attorney of record. I took over from now Judge Ellisall, and I didn't.
It's still him. If you just need to, if you could send a.
I'll send an. Is it better to just send a straight appearance? I sent a substitution of counsel, and that didn't do it apparently.
No, I'd send just a straight appearance on this.
All right, and Your Honor, as to my client's bond, he's currently being drug and alcohol tested. I mean, that's been going on since I believe he said August, which is almost 6 months, with 0 positives. I understand the need to continue for the alcohol testing, but there's just increased costs with all the drug testing as well. I don't know if the court would consider a modification of his bond to just do the alcohol testing, and save him a little bit of money, considering he's gone basically over half a year now with no bond violations of any kind.
I can't say that there won't be some level of drug testing reinstated as part of his probation, but for now, I'll remove drug screens while he's on bond.
I appreciate that, Your Honor. Thank you.
All right. But the alcohol testing will continue as is, which I think is once a week. All right. So we'll see everybody back here for sentencing. Good luck, Mr. Al-Haloui.
Thank you very much, Your Honor. You have a great day.
Hi, Your Honor. Can I say something?
Mr. Godinez, hang on. I haven't got to you yet.
Oh, sorry. Thank you.
I've got one more plea to take, and I'll get right to yours, okay?
Cool. Thank you. My apologies.
All right. Ms. Rodriguez, directing your attention to June 8th of the year 2022. You're operating a motor vehicle. Bear with me 1 second. Were you operating a motor vehicle on Woodward Avenue near 12 Mile?
Yes.
Okay. And at some point in time, were you stopped by the police?
Yes.
Did they have you step out of your vehicle, do field sobriety tests?
Yes.
Then were you placed under arrest?
Yes.
All right. And at some point, were you transported back to the Royal Oak Police Department?
Yes.
Did you do a breath test there?
I can't remember.
Okay. Counsel, do you stipulate that there was a blood test or breath test that was done?
Yes,
And
we'll stipulate.
The results were 0.12, 0.12?
Yes, to stipulate to those results.
Ms. Rodriguez, do you at least remember what you were drinking that night?
Yes.
Okay. And what were you drinking? Beer, wine, liquor? What was it?
Liquor.
Okay. And at the time that you were operating the vehicle, were you in fact allowing an unlicensed person to drive the car, that person being you?
Yes.
Okay. And looking back on it now with the benefit of hindsight, would you agree that your ability to operate that vehicle in a normal manner was substantially affected by that alcohol you had consumed?
Yes.
Okay. Satisfied, Ms. McKenzie?
Yes, I am.
I too am satisfied. The plea is knowing, voluntary, and accurate. I will accept the same. Counts 1 and 2 are dismissed. Count 3 is the impaired. I'll accept the plea. Count 4 is the allowing. I'll accept the plea there. And then I'm going to order an alcohol screening and assessment. And my staff will set that up. And Ms. Rodriguez, let's see here. Is she doing her testing? Ms. Rodriguez, are you doing your testing?
Yes.
Okay. Stay on top of that, because that's what That's what I utilize if I determine whether somebody needs upfront jail or whether probation makes more sense. So please stay on top of that, okay?
Okay.
All right, good
I-
luck, Ms. Rodriguez. Ms.
I did
McKenzie?
have one question, Judge, about the alcohol testing. Is there any type of financial assistance to help out at all with the testing that my client could either talk to pretrial services about or that your court offers? She does work. She works at Burger King, but she has 9 children and she's currently homeless. She's renting a room, trying to find a more stable situation. And you know, when she does her testing, she has to. It's a great hardship to spend that money on testing when it could be used, you know, for other things. So is there any available resources that you could offer or we could look into for her to help her out with the cost of testing?
Well, but she's only being ordered to test twice a month, which is lower than I would normally require. So
Right.
my best advice for Ms. Rodriguez is she's got to call every day to test. And if it's her day to test and she doesn't have the money or the resources, she's to call you. All right. And that way I know she's at least trying. That if
Okay.
she had the money, she could go. That way I know she's not ducking it because she's been drinking. And so, and then while she's on probation, we can try to figure something out.
Okay. All right. I appreciate it. Do you understand that, Ms. Rodriguez?
Yes, thank you.
Okay.
All right. So we'll see everybody back here for sentencing. Good luck, man.
Thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
Okay. Let's see here. Mr. Godinez, you had a question before I go forward with the plea taking?
Actually, I was just gonna say, if we can just get married in our church, shrine of the little flower with my lovely.
What? What was
I know
that?
I was just gonna say out loud to my beautiful woman, if we can just get married in our church, shrine of the little flower, and forget about this nonsense. Because it's just
Mr.
hurting.
Godinez, I would just kindly ask that maybe you not ask that and refrain from, if there's a question that you need to ask or something you need to talk, just ask to speak with me, okay?
All right, sounds good. Thank
Mr.
you.
Godinez, if you're trying to send a message to the victim, that would be violating your bond right in front of the judge.
I didn't mean, no, okay, I see what you mean. No, not at all like that.
Yeah, you're not. Yeah, that's not starting us off on the right foot.
I'm sorry, my apologies. I didn't mean it like in a bad way or at all. I'm sorry.
So are we going forward with this plea, Mr. Phillips?
Yes.
My understanding, yes, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Godinez, directing your attention to November 4th of this year, 2023. Were you in the area of 2503 Oliver in the city of Royal Oak?
Yes, Your Honor.
And did you make an assault or assault and battery upon one Patricia Damon?
Yes, I was holding her down and yes, I was holding her down. Yes.
Okay. So you agree that you committed an assault. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And this is someone with whom you had a dating relationship with, is that correct?
Yes, she's my girlfriend.
Okay.
He
Satisfied?
lived with me, sir. He lived with me.
And is it true, sir, that you had lived with her at the time?
Yes, I was
Okay.
living with her for a year.
That's-
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. So satisfied, Mr. Phillips?
Satisfied, Your Honor.
I too am satisfied. The plea is knowing, voluntary, and accurate. I will accept the same. Now, Mr. Klusny, there is a note here from you that you're recommending 769-4A. Did you discuss this with the victim?
Yes, I have, Your Honor.
And does she take a position on it?
I believe she was okay with that based on my conversations with her. I understand she's very distraught at the moment.
Well, to be fair, and that's Mr. Gondes, you need to understand your statement generated a huge response from the victim here that feels purposeful, and the court doesn't take it lightly at all. In fact, the court could violate you right now just for making that kind of statement, because it's obviously generated a huge emotional response and a great deal of pain for the victim. And so my frustration level extraordinarily high. Ma'am, I will say this, and I don't want to hear anything from you right now, Mr. Godinez. ma'am, if you have changed your position at all on your, willingness to go along with the 769 4A, which is the diversion program, if you feel threatened in any way, shape, or form, please let me know. I will say, just so you know, Miss Damon, that my probation is very intensive, and I will make sure that he follows all of the rules and gets the appropriate help and support that's needed so that you could be safe the entire time. But ma'am, your participation in this has always been welcome, and I appreciated you showing up every single time. Is there something that you need me to know before I set this matter for sentencing?
Sorry, I'm very upset. I
No.
feel that that is a threatening manipulation. His statement.
Ma'am, I'm with you. It felt to me the moment he said it to be extraordinarily manipulative. And frankly, it's a perfectly acceptable plea. I am 100% on board with the taking of the plea. It's an appropriate plea, Mr. Phillips.
Feel my pain.
What's that, ma'am?
Nothing, sir. I'm sorry.
Okay. It's an
Your Honor,
appropriate.
I think if I heard correctly there, I think she said, feel my pain. Which,
Who are you?
I mean,
Hang on, Miss Damon, hold on. This is the attorney who is covering the case today on Mr. Godinez. So,
Okay, my apologies. I remember the other attorney.
it's fine. So, ma'am, here's what I'm going to do. Okay, I'm going to take into account when I sit down and plan out and decide his sentencing, the sort of game that I think he tried to play right now. Mr. Godinez, no, listen, you don't get to determine how people respond to your statements. Okay, you have no control over that. All right, whatever your intent was, that doesn't mean anything to me. What matters to me is the impact that I'm clearly seeing it on Miss Damon's face. So I can't reinforce this enough, Mr. Godinez. You've been given a gift of an opportunity by the prosecutor. All right, you've been given a gift of an opportunity. If I get so much of any sort of sense that there's any type of further manipulation, attempt to contact her, attempt to reach out to her, it's over. It's done. All right, there's been enough pain that's been caused. So if I get any sense of that, not only will you lose that gift of a deal where you have a chance to keep this charge off your record, you're going to jail. Okay, are we on the same page with this, sir?
Yes, sir.
Ms.
Yes,
Damon, you need to see that I'm taking this seriously. I think you understand that I'm taking this seriously. So if I see any more types of gamesmanship or manipulation or anything like that, it will be met with a strong response by this court and basically you sitting behind some jail cell, behind jail bar doors. Okay, you got that?
Yes, Your Honor. My apologies.
Your Honor, can I say something?
Go ahead, ma'am.
He doesn't seem to understand the pain and the dishonor and the disrespect and the violation and the abuse and of what he's done to me. He says he was holding me. I was assaulted. He doesn't remember when he drank the 6 beers in the 45 minutes that he was outside of my house.
Miss Damon, can you do me a favor and
make
sure? No. Can you do me a favor and make sure, if you can't be here for sentencing, I'm hoping you can be, but if you can't be here for sentencing, if you could please detail for me, because every victim has the right to make an impact statement, not only your experience that day, but how it's continued to impact you, because I need to know. I need to understand what you've been going through. So if you could provide that to me, I would be very, very grateful. Can you do that for me, Ms. Damon?
Yes, I can. And he needs to know he has broken my heart. He's broken my heart and betrayed me.
Well, Miss Damon, obviously we're going to make sure first and foremost that you're safe and there's going to be no further abusive or manipulative or threatening or harassing or intimidating behavior by Mr. Godinez. And if there is going to be any sort of future behavior like this, Mr. Godinez, I've got 93 days in jail and I could impose that at any time. Ms. Damon, thank you so much for being here. And I'm so sorry that you continue to go through this. And I'm hoping that you'll be present at sentencing. And if you can't be present, please relay to me, your experience. I would be very grateful to have that knowledge. Okay.
Thank you. I did not choose this.
I know, ma'am. All right. So Mr. Godinez, make sure you're going to get notice from my probation department. Stay away from her. No contact with her whatsoever. All right. And stay on top of your drug testing. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, ma'am. I'm still drug testing him. We're still on top of him with that. And we'll see everybody back here for sentencing. Good luck, ma'am. And Mr. Godinez, you're on the edge of a knife right now. Don't push me. Mr. Phillips, anything else for the record?
Yes, Your Honor, if I may, as it relates to the drug testing. It's my understanding he's been testing, he's been compliant with that. There's been no positive results for any of those. Would it be possible that the court be willing to just lessen the amount that he has to test? He's in Chicago, he's not local.
I'm not changing anything right now. After what I just saw today, I'm not changing anything, and we can address it at the time of sentence.
Understood.
All right, thank you, everyone. Mr. Phillips, hang around one second.
Sure.
But